Yo, what's goody, people? Let me get that out of there. Is your boy Cash First 456. My Instagram is still in the process of being reactivated, so to reach me better, at the podcast Instagram at the Fix for New York, as y'all see titled down there. A lot of people been asking me how are they able to donate, that they want to see more frequent episodes, um, for next year. We're in the middle, no, the early days of December, but New Year's is around the corner. Hopefully, when this whole lunacy clears up and we could be outside more often, I could do a lot more stuff, a lot more how do I say, like outdoor videos and all that, and especially with the donations. And once again, people been asking me about, hey, how do we donate? Yo, Cash, what's the link to donate? So until I set up the Patreon, somebody suggested to just run with the Cash App. So right up there, as y'all can see, Cash App at dollar sign Cash First 456. So yeah, people had a long day, had to handle a few things, and in the middle of handling these things, I had made a post because throughout my life, I've been one of those guys that I've done my best to be lenient, transparent, understanding, empathetic, empathy. Somebody will come around. Oh, you said empathetic? No, empathetic. But yeah, so throughout my lifetime, being that type of guy and all that and shit. When you're honorable, when you have manners, when you carry yourself with respect and all that and shit. There comes times, certain situations pop up that as men, we go and we protect women, because sudden instances occur that I'm not trying to say nothing against women, but certain instances appear, they just spontaneously happen. And the female in that particular situation is in a higher percentage of danger than she is in a higher percentage of being able to handle the situation to her best ability. Um, Sounds like the people upstairs, you know, got neighbors and all that and shit. Sounds like it was moving stuff and all that. But yeah, so they call it white knighting, and for those who don't know or what the term means, white knighting is basically men going out of their way to protect women, to cover for women, you know, to keep women out of harm's way, basically. So I have had several different instances in which white knighting occurred, because a lot of us as men who are good men deep inside were raised that you protect women. A real man makes sure that women are safe, make sure that they get home safe, etc. You know the whole deal when it comes to that. So it's happened to me more times than I could count on both my hands throughout my lifetime. 31 going on 32. I do not date any females under the age of 18. Just gotta put that disclaimer out there. Um, Everything is 18 and older. This channel, by the way, is for mature audiences only. All right, absolutely zero zero, what am I say, zero content here that would be deemed suitable for anybody under the age of 18. So I just want to put that disclaimer out as well. Um, Anybody under the age of 18 should not be watching my YouTube channel without parental permission, parental guidance being observed and exercised. Um, yeah, so yeah, back to the main topic and all that. This is episode 6, and it's a tribute to Coach Greg Adams, to Young Men's Daily Red Pill, to Strong Successful Male, to Better Bachelor, to Anthony Spade, to Red Pilled Rican, my boy. Red Pill Rican. He's been showing a lot of love on the Instagram. Me combating the censorship that is occurring on my current personal Instagram, Cash First 456. So shout out Red Pill Rican because he started sharing the notice that there is another Instagram, which is the podcast Instagram, The Fix for New York. And also shout out my co-host Z Dot, Zach. He will not be here with us tonight, but he is here with us in spirit. And God bless you, my brother. It's all love. Know what I mean? So yeah, this episode in particular, was inspired by both Coach Greg Adams and a certain event that occurred today. So, for many who don't know, I'm a libertarian. I'm a registered libertarian. Currently, the Bronx Libertarian Party's chair and a member of the New York State Libertarian Committee. Shout out all my libertarians, all my porcupines. It's more than just don't tread on me, it's don't tread on anybody. So, lately, and I'm gonna try to keep this as anonymous as possible. Lately, I've been seeing a lot of, you know, women posting that men are garbage, men are trash, men ain't, know what I mean? And it's been a good amount of libertarian women as well. And also shout out mediocre tutorials and reviews because he made a video recently in which a lot of women were talking about how men are trash, blah blah blah, and all that. So he made a review about it, and in that review, there was even females that were defending men, saying, "Hey, how would they as women feel if men every day got on the internet and broadcasted worldwide that women are garbage, women are trash, women have no value, blah blah blah." Us men, there there are men who do that, but ironically enough, the guys who do that are usually pursued by women, and it's just like that's rewarding those foul men and enabling them to continue talking, they shit and all that. So yeah, so along with that, to add to that, what do women, and not all women but a huge amount of them, what is it that they usually tend to do? Oh, actually, let me move this out of here. I'm seeing the logo. Whoop, sorry about that, people. Bear with me. I'm seeing the libertarian logo that I have in the lower right hand corner being obstructed by all this over here. Bear with me, bear with me. Still pretty new to this, and please remember that I pretty much am a one man show when it comes to this. So it's a learning process and all that. Oh, we're already 12 minutes in. I'm gonna do my best to keep this under half an hour. But yeah, what occurred was mediocre tutorials and reviews conducted a review on this video of a bunch of women. I believe they were in Britain, England, that European area where they talk with those accents like, no, mate, blah blah blah. They sound kind of Australian, but we know they're like London, Britain, England, that whole demographic and all that. They have that English accent. Obviously, people say I have an accent myself, a New York accent, blah blah blah, but that's besides the point. Um, these women were talking about men being trash, blah blah blah, and then this one female was like, "Hey, I have brothers, and I wouldn't like it if I saw women on the daily, like what's currently happening. I wouldn't like it if men came out on the daily saying women are trash, women are trash, women are trash, and at the same time, um, I don't appreciate me having good brothers. This is her, and this is just me paraphrasing. Y'all could hit me up on the Instagram, the Fix for New York, and I'll provide you with the link to the video. Um, she said she wouldn't appreciate either, or she doesn't appreciate that her having good brothers, um all of them as a whole constantly getting on, we use the internet daily, getting on the internet daily and constantly seeing women bashing men left and right. And I want to remind women, and I'm saying this in a very humble manner, because there's a lot of good women in this world, but there's way more bad women than there are good women. And the good women, they don't really hold the bad women accountable. The ones that do are too far and few in between. um so we're dealing with a horrible ratio here and all that. So where was I at here? Yeah, they were saying that they wouldn't appreciate the bashing of men towards women if men did it on the daily, and that she and her brothers currently don't appreciate having to get on the internet daily and witness the bashing of men. Oh yeah, this is the point I was trying to make. Humbly saying this, but let's be realistic here. Men invented the airplanes. Men invented the cell phones, which we use to communicate worldwide at this point, and we have to be thankful for the advancement of technology, because depending how we use the advancement of technology, we could either gain a lot of knowledge, learn something new, keep up with current events, or be pretty basic about it and use it for entertainment purposes. And we use it for all things. I'm not here trying to judge nobody based on what they choose to do with the technology. The only thing I will say is the accountability has to be there when it comes to women constantly bashing men, because the point in time that we're in right now is the highest divorce rate in history, lowest marriage rates in history, lowest birth rates in history. And this is all because us men, we're starting to come together now. For decades upon decades, men were told, oh, keep it quiet, whatever happened in the divorce courts. Keep it quiet, whatever women did to you. And this is something else that mediocre tutorials and reviews brought up in his video. Um, the statistics right now are pretty much the same. Again, hit me up on the Instagram, the Fix for New York, and I'll provide you the video link so you can watch. He brought up the stat sheet. Um, the statistics of men and women being abused, domestic violence, and rape numbers are very close, and we have to also add to that the numbers of men who don't report these type of things occurring. So, as we see on the daily, um, the numbers are pretty much close, but it's mostly women bashing men. But then women go and bump the music of these artists who degrade them, who call women biatches, who call women 304s. That's HOEs numerically. Try to keep up. I exercise my First Amendment here, but the swearing, the more minimum I could keep it, the less likely my Instagram channel my YouTube channel, pardon me, is to get banned. I'm currently fighting the ban on my personal IG. So yeah. So right now, like I said, we're at a point in time. Lowest marital rates, lowest birth rates, highest divorce rates, and it's always women trying to play this holy saint card. There's always women pushing monogamy, relationships, and marriage on men, but women initiate 80 to 90% of the divorces. So it's a contradiction within itself. And then you have a lot of women in their younger years, and let me just say this is from the almighty creator above. We had nothing to do with this, but women have a biological clock. Men do as well, but it's way longer than women. Women's biological clock starts its decline as women enter their 30s. Men, uh the majority, as long as you keep yourself healthy and all that, we can bust out seeds until the day that we die. My grandfather, God bless his soul, when he passed away, he was about 2 weeks away from being 99, and he was still catching erections. And he was engaging in some fun activities with the home attendant and all that. And the home attendant um, seemed to be very entertained because she kept uh, engaging in this fun activity. Ay, abuelo, miss you so much. That's Spanish for, oh, grandpa, miss you so much. But yeah, so we're at a point in time that lowest marital rates, lowest birth rates, highest divorce rates, and the contradiction is that women push marriage on men. You don't really see men going out of the way for marriage. I'm a stern believer in we could be together and all that, but have our time apart and not get the government involved. And then we have a lot of these women now utilizing the access of social media, you know, the fast access to the world via our cell phones and the computers as well, which I'm very thankful for, by the way. And Coach Greg Adams always says, we should be thankful for this. But they're using it to monetize their youth. Again, women's decline biologically, we don't make the rules here, biologically begins in their 30s. Um, and it's sad that you see a lot of these women in their mid to late 40s, in their 50s, and in their 60s. There's a bunch of what we would call leftover women, simply because these women, they might have had a bad luck of the draw in their earlier years, but based on what we see and what we have heard throughout our lifetimes, a lot of them were out here riding the CC and playing men out for suckers, always looking for the bigger, better deal, instead of appreciating the good men. They would friend zone a lot of good men. You know, they always say good men win in the end, but let's be realistic. Who wants a vehicle with high mileage on it for long term? A high mileage vehicle, you'll have guys purchase these high mileage vehicles for about a year or two to get them from point A to point B, but they're not gonna keep it, 5, 10 years. No, they're gonna get rid of that eventually. Somebody asks if I have a ponytail. No, I don't. I have, short hair. Nice, short, flat, similar to Daddy Yankee. Shout out Daddy Yankee, by the way. Yeah, that was a hoodie and shit. Um, but yeah, so these women, they would capitalize via their sex appeal and take advantage of men. And then what happened later to a lot of these women, and props to Coach Greg Adams for, being able to hold on to this sound bite. I'm gonna play it for y'all right now. But these women constantly friend zoning good men, taking advantage of good men while rewarding the bad men with, with sex and shit. And then what happens when the bad men are done with them and jump to the next females that they're gonna manipulate and take advantage of? What happened? Where did all the men go? And it's a horrible thing to see. It's a horrible thing to see simply because I'm um I'm a empath. I feel pity for people unless you try to conduct some type of malice against me, then that's hard for me to forgive, and I'm also gonna react. So what we see now is, let me bust this open. By the way, thirsty or just talking. So what have we seen occur, gentlemen? Um, we have seen a lot of these women in their later years be lonely and in regret, and it's sad. It's sad that that happens to them. I don't wish that upon no female, but at the same time, if you went out of your way to get to that particular position, then it's not much that could be done for you. And my suggestion would be embrace polygyny. Women outnumber men like crazy. If you look throughout history, men have been dying in combat and suicides at massive numbers in comparison to women. It's always been save the women and children first. Um, and on top of that, in older times, way back when, it was always they would kill off the men, like when different civilizations would come to like conquer another civilization, or if battles broke out, it would be men killing men and then keeping the women from the opposing side. So that brings us to what we see today. Women outnumber men like a mother flower. And it's not wise for women to be out here taking good men for granted. But that's what they have chosen to do. And then they don't hold bad women accountable. They barely hold themselves accountable. You talk accountability to women, and 80 to 90% of the time, they get all scared, and it's horrible. Women fear accountability, but they fought. Well, not really fought. They demanded equality, and us men said, "Okay, we're gonna grant them equality." But women still want men to be traditional, paying for dates, buying them stuff, catering to their every single need. But then in return, what we see nowadays is a lot of these girls saying they're not gonna cook, they're not gonna clean. And I don't believe a woman's place is in the kitchen. Libertarian men do not believe that a woman's place is in the kitchen. We believe in full blown equality. We believe in women being able to exercise their rights, that they should be equal to men in the sense of their freedoms. Now, equality of opportunity, equality of exercising your constitutional rights does not uh equal outcome. Um, Outcomes are based on the effort you put into things and all that. And we see this in a lot of companies that, they have certain quotas to meet. So they got to promote women. There's got to be a certain quantity of women in management positions and all that. But then when it comes to the accountability, again, the women, when they're about to be held accountable for something, I personally, pardon me, have worked a lot of jobs in my life, and anytime the women were gonna be held accountable, they would be in massive fear and a lot of times break into tears. In contrast to us men, when we had to be held accountable for things, it'd be like, our bad about that, and we're gonna do better next time. Um, I've also seen a lot of leverage occur. Men getting fired from jobs for making the same mistakes that women made, and all women would get is a minor slap on the wrist, in which even then these females would still be heavily scared and or even end up crying. So yeah, today I had made a post on my Facebook because again, I'm gonna try to keep this anonymous. Um, this one female was asking for goodwill and prayers. I'm guessing she's going through something, and I lost track of that post, so I made a post saying there was a female asking for well wishes and good prayers in her favor. So I'm going to say that I do wish her nothing but the best as long as she hasn't been bashing men. Because us as men, anytime we get bashed, we always gotta suck it up, eat the dirt, ignore it, take it like a man, and just keep going. We've been doing this for decades. And what do we have? We have the family court system rigged against men, all legislation rigged against men, sexual harassment left and right. Women still want men to be traditional and approach them, but they got a me too in their back pocket. If you're not the guy that she wants, she could say sexual harassment. She can make false allegations, all types of things. And then again, we tell these good women, quote unquote good women, to hold the bad ones accountable, and nothing happens. They're in fear. And women, um, they love to capitalize off of the advantages that they have nowadays, that they've had for a very long time. They're the ones seeking monogamy and marriage, and then they're 80 to 90% of the time the ones initiating divorce, executing on divorce, destroying men. The richest woman on the planet right now, her source of income was divorce. Jeff Bezos' ex-wife and all that. So I made this post saying as long as you haven't been out here bashing men, then I wish you nothing but the best, and I pray that God helps you through whatever issue it is that you're facing. And this female, who I thought we were cool with each other, got on the post and started saying, "Oh, that it's not all women, and that I'm a contradiction because how I'm gonna be a well wisher but with a stipulation attached. It's not a stipulation, it's being realistic. If somebody comes and steals from your house, you're not gonna be too happy with them, and you're definitely more than likely not gonna be wishing them the best. If somebody's been talking trash about you, you're not gonna be out here wishing them the best. You might say it, but in the back of your mind, you're gonna think, hey, they get what they deserve. And like I said, I'm 31, going on 32 in a few weeks. By the way, December 17th, my birthday. um, I've been seeing women bash men since I was a Smurf. All these songs. I don't need no man. We don't need no man. We're strong, independent women. Blah blah blah. Um, no scrubs. All the women, independent women, throw your hands up at me. All these songs that constantly kept bashing men. The cartoons bashing men, making men look like buffoons. Um, the movies making men look like simps and buffoons as well. And women always being the voice of reason and all that. And then again, women want equality and and stuff like that, but they don't want to be held to the standard of equality. They just want the leverage of equality, but without the accountability and the standard requirements of the equality. Um, Whenever women are granted these positions to take leadership, they not all the time, but a lot of the time they're in panic and they still seek help from men, which is fine. It's cool to do so. But y'all the ones out here talking about y'all don't need men, blah blah blah. So back to home, girl. I tell her, hey, my well wishes and my prayers are not coming with a stipulation. I'm just being honest. And if you're out here bashing my fellow good men, then I'm not gonna be out here supporting you. We had a little back and forth. I did not curse at her. I did not name call her. I provided facts presented to us by, Coach Greg Adams, by Red Pilled Rican, by Anthony Spade, by Strong Successful Male, by mediocre tutorials and reviews. And she refused to watch these videos in which these guys provided the evidence and the facts with the stats, the charts, the articles. She ended up blocking me. And women always post on social media, on the internet, oh, when they block you, it's because you're telling the truth. Well, I guess I must have been telling the truth because I was trying to hit homegirl with all the videos providing the evidence and all that, and she blocked me. So I guess I won that. The statistics show it. You could look it up. Um, there's a lot of women that they want to bash men daily, but then they still want men to do things for them. These OnlyFans girls, the way you're gonna make money on OnlyFans is by catering to men. Because if y'all out here slaying us, bashing us on the daily, you really think that men are gonna subscribe monthly to your account and you're out here dropping, false bombs on us? Are there bad men? Of course there are. And guess what? Those bad men are instantly held accountable by who? Good men. Like myself. Like my best friend who's in his room right now. He and I, we roommate, and we've continued to rise throughout the years, and you're gonna see in the future great things to come. um so many of us, a lot of my boys, a lot of guys that I've just met throughout my lifetime, a lot of the guys who watch Coach Greg Adams, who watch Young Men's Daily Red Pill, who watch Red Pill Rican, who watch Strong Successful Male, who watch Anthony Spade, who watch Better Bachelor. We've all had our moments in time that we've white knighted for women, protected women, looked out for women, um, treated women to a great time. And I guarantee that we could all agree with and it's not that we demanded or expected, but um for the propaganda that women put out that men are trash, they barely, if ever, acknowledge good men. And when we are acknowledged, um it's at a time after the damage is done. Women seek good men after they've already destroyed themselves. It's lunacy. Um, I'm gonna leave it at that. Um, Shout out Coach Greg Adams. Shout out Strong Successful Male. Shout out Better Bachelor. Shout out Red Pilled Rican. Shout out all my fellow men guarding their own wallets. Um, Shout out all the good guys in this world who have been taken advantage of, who have been bashed on the daily, who have been led on and friend zoned. What if we do that to women? Forget it. We get mobbed. How you gonna do that? Wasting her time, blah blah blah. But when they do it to us, it's perfectly fine. And all of this has got to stop. There has to be equal accountability for the equality requested by women. Shout out to all the good women out there fighting the good fight, asking for family court to be reformed, asking for good men to be acknowledged more often, and hopefully that demographic grows, because us men never said it's all women, but women many times have said all men are garbage, hence Tommy Lauren and many other women out there. But I'm gonna leave it at that. Like I said, I was trying to keep this under half an hour, just a little bit over the half an hour margin. Shout out all the good people of this planet. Wish y'all nothing but the best. For all those asking how do they donate to get more frequency and better quality videos. Right up there, donate at the Cash App. And yeah, more to come. Everybody, let's pray for the best. We're in some very dangerous times right now, very questionable times right now. Things are looking scary out here. Hopefully I get my Cash First 456 Instagram back. Like that. For those who don't know who I am, y'all could review all my posts and see what has been going on here in New York. Even though I debunked a lot of the lies and all that, hasn't been chaos, but it's been very eerie, very strange things going on and all that. But I'll leave it at that. Again, shout out all my fellow men guarding their own wallets. God bless. Have a great evening. More videos to come. More guests coming soon. Take care, and I'm out for now.